I'm Len Knight.
My name is Toby Rudolf.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What are we doing?
We are stuck in the middle.
A Stuck in the Middle podcast. It's the shit.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
You're an idiot for not watching it. Welcome to another episode of Stuck in the Middle. My good friend Toby, Eric Rudolf, and the one and only Toby's idol and older brother, Josh Rudolf. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Joshua, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. I wanted to also notice you're wearing a certain item of clothing. What are you?
Yeah, my Crocs, they're limited edition Street FX. Got them from a friend as a present.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Just
are
the
you-
camera there, guys.
Yeah, nice.
There's another item of clothing that I just don't know where you're at. Like, where we got a certain attire and you come on with a certain.
So thanks for having me, guys. I'm fucking. I also wanted to say I'm so fucking proud of you boys for doing this, having a crack.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Good on you.
Heard this is your first podcast.
First podcast.
This is the first step to the Joe Rogan show, apparently.
I've been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan just for this podcast, trying to get my podcasts.
Knowledge base going.
Knowledge, yeah.
Structure.
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure. I was a little bit nervous before I came here, I'm not going to lie, but Toby's amount of sweat on his forehead.
Yeah.
You're probably not as nervous as Toby.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's beads.
It's really fucking beating up.
Producer
Is this
Dan, can we get
every
the
show?
aircon on? Is every show, yeah. Can we get the aircon on, please? Do you mind? It's just someone's sweating up, but it's definitely not me.
It's been a couple of shows.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's hot in here.
There has been probably one or two.
Yeah. What a fucking mate. What a man.
Is that a sock?
It's a dirty sock.
Sorry,
Why is it crusty?
Is that your cum sock?
tribute sock.
Joshua, I want to take you back to probably the greatest day of your life, the 29th of January 1996. Your favourite person came into this world.
Yep, definitely.
For those who aren't listening, that person's me.
Yep.
Terrible day.
Terrible day.
Yeah.
Tobias.
Tobias come home one day. Do you remember me coming home? Do you remember that happening?
I remember, so this is an actual story. Toby came home and his mum sat down with you on the lounge and I think I just got home from school.
Yeah.
It was my first day.
It was first day of school when I was
First day of
born.
primary school, yeah. Mum's like, Josh, do you want to hold your little brother for the first time? I'm like, fuck yeah, 100%, Grabbed me in my arms and then next thing I know, I just go like that. Flat. And just throw you on the ground. I had a gutful of you already. So,
No way.
Yeah, it's been like that for the last...
On the ground or couch?
On the ground.
Concrete?
That explains a lot, you know
I was
what I
going
mean?
to say, that must explain quite a bit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You thought...
Haven't you ever heard that story?
Maybe I have, but I forgot.
Yeah. Just
Probably
chuck the
because
straight on
Probably
the
because you were
ground.
dropped when you were born.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm full one of those kids.
It's just been 27 years of like that feeling like that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Get it away
right.
from
Trying to
me.
continually drop you. Ugh. Touch me.
Well, okay.
That's good news for me to hear, actually. That's actually made my day.
I'm a full drop kid.
Yeah, drop kick.
Drop kid.
Drop meat, pie face, drop kid.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then after that, I think my earliest memories of us growing up in Alma's house, probably even before that in Broome Street, and we got on pretty well. And then I don't know, as time's gone on, I think just living in the same house, both being boys, bit of an age gap.
It was just more the fact that you just became a huge mama's boy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think you realised that had happened and started to milk the whole situation where if anything ever went wrong, it was just like cry,
Yeah.
scream mum,
yeah.
blame Josh.
Yeah.
So that had a wear and tear on the relationship a little bit.
That
Oh,
was
yeah, I couldn't stand it.
Around what age did this rift start?
Oh, hell,
it was when we got to Lexo. It was when we were
Yeah.
living in at Maroubra.
yeah.
I think I would have been about probably when I was 5. Probably when I started going to school around then.
Oh, so I was a bit older, 10, 11, 12, something like that.
I do remember that. There's another story actually growing up. So I remember, because I didn't like him growing up either. We obviously hated each other. But I do remember once we were coming home from school, and this sort of story just encapsulates our relationship really. Like, so we're walking home, got off the bus, the 317, walking home. I used to be really scared of the road because Mum always taught me I was going to be scared of the road. So we're crossing the road, then Josh just held me in the middle of the road and goes, "A car's going to hit you, a car's going to hit you." And I was like screaming, crying, "Oh no, please stop." Anyway, we walk home. I'm crying still. I'm filthy. I was a very emotional kid.
Still is.
Still am. Sort of crying out my forehead.
So sweaty.
Oh no, it's got to stop soon.
What, bro?
I don't know. I'll just
Go
breathe.
for
I'll
it.
breathe.
Yeah.
Get home, and Mum had that little glass porcelain like merry-go-round musical
What a
thing.
bong.
No, it was actually
other one.
The other one.
Oh,
It was like this thing from Germany. It was like
Dildo.
Jesus. Love you, Susan. She listens to the podcast every
Shout out
every
Susan
podcast.
Rudolph.
Shout out Susan Rudolph. Love you.
Promise it wasn't. I was only joking.
Oh, you're in shit now. Bro.
Oh, she's gonna message me, bro.
Yeah, 100%. You're going to have some dramas.
Yeah.
She actually told me of the episode. No, story first. So
Yep.
it's like this twisty little merry-go-round thing, and was mum's like most treasured possession. We get in the house. Josh kicks his school shoes off. I'm thinking, I'm cool too.
Mad cunt.
Mad cunt. Yeah, I kick my school shoes off. Bang, bang. My
Drop
right
kick.
shoe flies and breaks his porcelain thing. Like it shatters into a million pieces.
Yes, sucked in.
Sucked in. Do you
Yeah.
remember this happening or not?
No, I don't remember at all.
Then after that, I'm like freaking out, going, "Oh my god, like mum's gonna kill me," because I was so scared of mum. I was just a scared little kid when I was growing up. And then mum comes home and it's all broken, and Josh full took the rap for me and said it was him.
Because I'm a fucking soldier.
Yeah, I know.
Straight up, bro. Have a go with cuz.
But I think that just encapsulates like us, like especially growing up, like
Yeah.
bullying me, the fucking scaring the shit out of me 1 minute, and then actually like have
Well, I think there's like the whole older brother and younger brother relationship, isn't it? Like, yeah, the older brother sort of bullies the younger one because the younger brother's always been, or younger sibling anyway, is always the babied one, and then the older one sort of resents it. But then later on in life, you realise that it was sort of like toughen you up into.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could have been babied your whole life and just been like a little fucking cunt.
Then there's some animosity
Yeah,
really
little Scots kid.
buried deep there somewhere. Little Scots kids all coming out.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine I just full.
Little Angus Crichton.
Who's that?
Oh, no, some fucking tripper.
Wasn't he your school captain when you were in school?
No. I was his captain.
Yeah, that's what the
okay.
whole the
rift.
rift, yeah, the blow ups were about.
Yeah, between
His mum having a sook about it.
his mum having a talk.
Old Mort.
Yeah, right to my mum. What about did you ever get that when because you had an older brother as well? Did you ever get that growing up? Like sort of obviously different circumstances when you were growing up, but you guys are sort of together through it all, eh?
Yeah, I don't know if we would use the word bully. Like it was like not normal for the older brother to bully the younger brother. I think like a lot of like
We weren't,
tit
snow,
for tat,
we weren't
like-
snowtowning each other.
Yeah, like it's like definitely seems the dynamic is older. Like I was just sick of the younger brother for a while. I was always bigger than my brother. He was always older than me.
Oh, that would
That
suck.
would
Yeah.
suck so much.
So like we always used to get in some fights because like didn't want he had like he just blow up over nothing.
Small
and I'd be
man
like,
syndrome.
yeah, sort of. I don't know. It's like we always fought heaps, but yeah, we're always sort of in it together. But we had one like pretty good full punch on. We're like 10 years old. Yeah,
Who won?
Well,
I won. Yeah,
how big was the age gap between you two?
7-8 months.
17 months.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
Close
close
as.
as.
Yeah, close
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
What are you? 4 years?
5.5.
5.5,
5.5.
almost 6, yeah.
Yeah.
So like we couldn't really punch on.
No,
'Cause,
you
like,
were absolutely bashed.
yeah,
Yeah,
well
you
I
still
did all
will.
the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still would. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It
fuck.
just like,
Take me
I'd,
off.
I'd pay that pay per view just to watch you cave him in there.
I think a lot of people would, eh?
I think
That dirty little Scots kid. You just said it. Like, you've been holding on for a while, bro. You filthy when it's
Yeah,
Scots.
they- you
We run that back there? Dirty?
It's a
Pull up
dirty,
audio.
filthy, friendless little Scots agate. That's what I heard.
that was
And he
that's the
stopped
rumor
sweating.
going.
Look, maybe you got it out and they can feel the energy.
No, I just
shift.
keep wiping it.
Yeah,
That's why.
mate, wipe away, bro. Let
I'm
it
wiping it
fucking
away.
go for
Get off
it.
my case.
Yeah.
You have a towel?
Do we have like a
It's
shower?
really neat little
as
cum
well?
rag, just like that. Wow.
Well, I got dead
But we had
sock.
one before, yeah.
I'm sweet. Sweet as. So what I'm hearing is that there's a lot of resentment that Mum let you go to shitty South City and was keen as
No, well, me and Mum had an argument. I don't know, you probably never knew about this, but we had arguments that she wanted to put me in Marsland. Was it Marsland where you went or Morris?
Morris.
So she wanted to put me in Morris, and I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not going to an all-boys school.
Yeah.
And luckily I didn't because I would end up like, you fucking, you weirdo.
being
I think like anyone who goes to an all-boys school, it's like that whole thing where they get deprived of girls their whole life, sort of like sexually charges them up for like later on in life. You know what I
Doesn't
mean?
teach them how to talk to girls as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. Gets like not like so vicious, but that's
Whoa.
probably the wrong word to use.
Whoa.
A bit of a, he's a bit,
Whoa.
Yeah.
it's that
is-
inner aggression that doesn't really know how to handle it and
But you went to a
express.
co-ed school, yeah?
Yeah, I went to co-ed school.
And
for a
like it's
while.
just like you just like develop those social skills so much
Yeah,
like
yeah.
earlier on in life.
You know,
Yeah.
I fully agree. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine like if I do ever have kids, there's no way I'm ever sending them all boys school because
No
like, why
way.
would you shut them off from half the population?
Yeah, and it's such a weird thing now. You think about it, like, why is there only all boys and all girls school? I can understand maybe all girls schools because, like, you know, they want to keep them away from like the masculine energy sort of thing.
Apparently,
but, like,
apparently boys actually do better in co-ed schools, but girls do worse.
yeah, fuck, because we're just like used to it, and like
At all
we
boys
do-
schools, like it doesn't make sense. Like the boys
Yeah.
that suck, like guys
Yeah.
are derricks when they hang around, they get around each other. Like from that young age, I think they're mad dogs, charge each other up. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Talk about chicks, don't see chicks.
Yeah.
Now what do? They just keep thinking about it. They get these weird little fetishes
crazy,
and like
yeah.
all those private school boys you hear about in the news, like just like pushing the envelope, like
Yeah, and it's also the all boys schools are the ones with all the kiddie fiddler, the fucking the pedophiles in there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. I don't know. Like, I'm not.
Mate,
allegedly.
The
Do you reckon
country charge.
do you reckon there's no co-ed schools with that going on?
Hey,
Do you reckon there's no co-ed schools like co-ed Catholic schools with that going on? Because it's all Catholicism like that.
co-ed Catholic schools.
Are there co-ed
I don't even think
Catholic?
there was
I don't
any
think there
co-ed
is.
Catholic schools.
No, there was.
There is?
Yeah, when I was at Marist, I know there was
Okay.
one. Now there's
There is like
obviously
St.
Marist too.
Spiridons and stuff like that, I
Yeah,
guess. I don't know. I just think, like, the kiddie fielders are probably more drawn to the all boys school because that's what their acquired taste is, you know what I mean? Not to giggle
don't know.
giggle about it, but like, yeah.
it is the most talked about though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's the most you hear about those kind of schools.
Look, moving on. We are moving on from
Get
this
your mind out of
conversation.
gutter,
let's,
boys.
let's,
This is
let's
ridiculous.
fiddle on down the line,
Yeah,
right?
so fuck. Anyway, so when Mum had that conversation with you, how old were you?
I would have been just starting to get in trouble at year 7 at CR. She's like, she didn't ever want me to go to CR in the first place.
Okay.
And then I went there because she didn't want me to go there because she taught there as well.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I'm obviously me being a little kind of a kid there, I was like absolutely making her life hell. And I look back at it now, I feel sorry about that, Mum. But you know, I just didn't want to go to an all boys school. I thought it was that fucking weird, even at that age, you know. So yeah, I forgot what was the question.
That was the question.
Okay, there you go.
So when you started getting into trouble, you were about year 7, 12, 13.
Yeah, even towards the end of year 6, I was like
Getting a bit naughty.
Oh yeah.
What happened? Like, is there a click?
I
Is
don't
there
know.
a
I was,
shift?
I was hanging around like my mate. I'm still mates with him now. I've been mates with this boy since I was like in primary school,
in
kindergarten. You know,
Yeah.
so over 25 years. Over 25 years. Fuck.
Wow.
But yeah, and we were all just like little, I guess, larrikins from the start, and then teachers did not approve of it, and
They don't
it
like
just
that.
never really stopped.
I remember you used to get called Josh Rudolf because you're so rude.
Oh, that's a
I remember
mad
that,
nickname.
yeah.
Miss
It's
Ryan.
massive.
I got bullied my whole life because of my last name being Rudolph. Did you ever call that?
Not bullied, but just like,
Oh, I used to cop it bad.
The reindeer?
Yeah, the reindeer.
Really?
that's all they would say to me. Oh, Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Nah, but then
was-
Christmas time would roll around, and then like, you know, you're singing like fucking like
Yeah.
Christmas carols and shit, and everyone's like staring at you, just going, you know, fucking shut up, mate. Yeah.
Is that bullying for you? Like people would just make
I don't know,
faces
maybe I
at
was taking it the wrong way, but
Yeah.
it was definitely like, that's the way I felt.
you? Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I fucking hated it.
So when you sort of, I remember you getting into trouble a bit when I was a kid,
Mm.
and then you sort of started getting more in trouble with the police, sort of started escalating, started hanging down the beach, I guess. Was that all linked, you reckon? or
Yeah, just, well, the mischief just got progressively like
More
worse.
mischievous?
Yeah, more mischievous.
More excited to do
More exciting,
stuff.
yeah. I remember like we used to, for shits and giggles, we were bored down the beach, and we're probably like 15, 16. We'd kick off like riots and stuff with the coppers. Like we'd like set a big fire or something like that, or
For shits
you know,
and
start
giggles.
kicking the shit out of a car, and like cops would get called down, and then it'd be like 1 or 2 cops at first, and we'd tell them to get fucked, and then they'd call for backup, and then like 4 or 5 cops come down, and you know, so, like there'd be 20 of us, like young kids carrying on, and yeah, it'd be a full on riot by the end of it. It was sick, but like it was just for fun, like shits and gigs. It was never like any animosity about it.
Never hurt anyone doing it.
Never hurt
Yeah,
anyone,
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like that. Maybe like, you know,
Kicking
fuck
a
up
few
some
cars
property
in.
and shit like that. Yeah. Hurt someone's property, but that's about it.
Yeah, okay.
How old were you then? About 15.
Yeah, about that. I think I dropped out of school and I was like, I just turned 17, or just before I turned 17.
before.
Yeah.
What did you get kicked out of school for?
Just being kind of a kid.
No, I remember what you got kicked out of school for. Oh. You don't remember?
No.
Josh got caught having sex in the toilet with his girlfriend.
Underage sex is not a thing.
You got expelled. You got expelled for that.
Well,
Asked to
you know,
leave, I think.
yeah, asked to leave like nicely. I was never going to school anyway. I was always jigging and smoking bongs and shit with the boys. Like, you know, it was just fucking. I don't think school was ever for me anyway. And like even like missing so much school, I was always in the extension classes and stuff like that. Not like the retarded class. I say that word though.
Yeah. Disabled classes?
Not the
like
dumb
the
cunt classes.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
smart one, the smart classes. You know, like more extra work, harder work, like all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah, and I fucking hated it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
You reckon you struggle with the authority in school?
It's always been the authority thing for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
just fuck, mate. I don't know. I understand why someone else has got like the power to tell you what to do.
Well, I fully agree with that. Do you reckon that's... What do you reckon? Are you sort of the same?
I had huge authority issues
Oh,
in school.
fucking oath you did.
Yeah.
You're kind of a kid too.
Yeah, I was the worst
So you took
kid.
my role as well. Like you had the same role as me in the family. Like was your brother like him?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So your roles are just full reverse. Like
Yeah, well, my brother struggled when we were younger. He had like a lot of like he's like sort of straightened himself out now. He had a lot to work on himself, but
Yeah, okay.
he had some like health issues. No, not health issues. Undiagnosed. what's the word?
Mental health issues?
Yeah, mental health
Yeah.
issues and stuff. As a kid,
Yeah.
we'd known what was going on. He had like ADD and that's some other stuff like I think some bipolar and that. And he just sort of just did not handle school and then a system and a structured life. So he was a bit like, he's off the rails, and I was off the rails in different ways.
A lot of kids who are off the rails at school, like, is that sort of thing where they can't learn properly. Where you feel like you're a bit dyslexic, aren't you?
Yeah,
which is like fueled the
bit
fire as well in
ADHD.
school.
Yeah.
Exactly
So like,
right.
I struggled sitting in with concentrating. I just started spitballs and just trying
Now
to
look at you.
just trying to cause
Fucking
mischief.
playing first grade footy, fuck this, that.
Woo!
Oh yeah, shit out
We
kids
used
with
to do
learning
the same thing in
disabilities.
school, mate. I remember I remember getting suspended from school like probably 6 times a year, like just because
6 times a year?
for whatever.
That's a
like,
lot.
That's
for
impressive,
a couple years in a row, just like on
Yeah.
repeat. Like I can't remember what for, just stupid shit like wagging or. I had an argument with the teacher. I said I was going to egg his house, and he's like, "Well, that was a joke, like trying to muck around with the teacher." And then he's like, took it seriously, told the principal.
I think that's
Told-
that's a bit of a fucking shit reason to suspend you.
Bro, I got better because we sort of, I know where you live, sir. Like, sort of taking his bins out. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna egg your house, haha. Like joking around. He goes, oh, I can look at where you live on the system, and I'll egg your house first. And I go, oh, well, I'm gonna egg your house last. Like, I might have said one too many, and he started like blowing up, and then told the principal I was threatening his family. I was like,
Jesus.
I think this guy's a bit delicate.
Yeah, that took a massive turn.
Excellent story.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right. I reckon that Joe Rogan's gonna listen to this and be like, let's get this
Mate,
guy.
I'm gonna check my phone like 20 minutes in. I wouldn't be surprised, you know. Are we live? We're not live, eh?
No.
I'm lucky with those. Yeah.
If we were live, we would be cancelled by now.
Cancel culture. How good is it?
Yeah, we'd be cancelled. Our contracts would be torn up.
Can we
Anyway.
cancel someone now while we're on the show? Can we think of someone like that we
cancel?
don't like to start talking shit about them and get them cancelled?
Who don't we like? Who don't we? No, we like everyone.
What's a cancel culture?
Are you serious?
You don't know what cancel culture is?
What's this?
So the Me Too movement was like the whole cancel culture.
Okay.
Well, I'm not saying like it's all bad, but like a lot of it is just like fuck,
No,
come
ridiculous.
on. Yeah,
It's, when I got done first saying the thing about all these and going to
exactly
someone,
that.
that like, you can't say anything anymore.
Yeah.
That's the
The
cancel
world,
culture.
these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
going
My
mad.
favourite example of that is like what you used to be able to say from that bloke who went to the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
What was the team?
The Gold Coast Seagulls, his name was Brent Todd.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I don't think you can say it.
Yeah.
Should I say it?
Yeah.
You not let him say it? So what was his name again?
Brent Todd,
Brent Todd moved up to the Gold Coast
Seagulls.
and he got asked why he wanted to go up, and it was because he wanted to fuck all the hot chicks up there.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I was like, pumped that's the guy.
Because the
Yeah.
Sheilas are all good looking and I want to F them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. The world these days rattle me out. Like, you can't tell
Can you
people they
imagine,
can't
can you imagine a
be.
footy player saying that?
I can't.
No.
I honestly can't.
Yeah.
And everyone in that
You'd love
interview,
to see it, but
yeah,
I would.
Sacked.
Yeah.
Instantly
most
sacked.
people, well, everyone in that room laughed their heads off.
Yeah.
Thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
And this wasn't that long ago. This was like when we were born, like in the 90s.
Yeah, I know. It's been progressive, the change. Eh?
yeah,
but like,
yeah.
probably for a little bit of good, like a lot of good reason, a lot of it. But like some of it's crazy. Like you can't tell people what they are, and like there's kids these days identifying as cats.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
real shit. Like
yeah,
in
this sort of
class,
shit does my
rolling
head
around
in
on
too.
on the floor. At Reno up in Brisbane, he's got his kids go to school, and there's 3 kids in the school that identify as cats, and they meow and like roll around on the floor.
So the thing with this is like kids that young, their brains aren't fully developed yet. So they shouldn't have the choice to choose
Yeah.
whether or not they want to be a cat.
Yeah.
For
Well,
example,
they still believe in
you know?
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Ex-
You tell a 7-year-old you can be an echidna or a fairy.
Yeah.
Like,
You
and
can be a reindeer
whatever
that
you
works
want
for
to
Santa
do.
Claus.
Whatever you
Yeah.
want to do, you can do it. You start
Yeah.
thinking like, oh, maybe I can, and then they start bridging off these random thoughts like a sponge, and then
Mm.
all of a sudden they go to school. I'm a cat. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What's going on at home with the parents, man?
Oh mate, yeah. You know what? It's just I think it really like inflated over COVID, where people had too much
Time with the
time on their
family.
hands, and
Yeah.
it's decided like, you know what, this I want to kick up a storm about that and this and like.
And I got sick of homeschooling kids, and the kids, I want to be a cat. All right, be a cat. I'm sick of homeschooling you.
Yeah, shut up.
Sick of mucking your homework. You're a cat now. He's a bell. Go drink some milk.
Hey, are you still sweating yet? Because I'm fucking freezing. I'm so
Okay,
cold. Can we go
No,
like
I'm
5
I'm
minutes
not.
off?
Yeah,
Like,
we can.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
have stopped sweating. I want everyone to know I have stopped.
Yeah.
If it starts again,
I'm gonna start shivering.
I-
too, eh?
yeah, I'm loving it. The problem is the light is sort of blocking, but I'm feeling the cold and I'm loving it.
Do you want to swap seats? Do you want to sit here? Or,
Can we do a live swap seats?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Never seen before. Podcast first. This is way better. Now you're getting interviewed.
Wow.
You know, I can notice even more now the fact you went and got eyebrow waxing before this podcast.
Oh, they're so sharp and vicious.
All right.
Plucked and waxed.
All right. I don't know if you can see it. I'm looking down the camera right now.
Caterpillars.
Can you see that, Cam? Dan, can you see that?
Talking to the camera. His name's Cam, is it?
Yeah, lol, So no, I did get my eyebrows threaded, and they were getting very bushy. It was a bit of monobrow going. Look, we all can't have perfect eyebrows.
I've had them threaded before.
Yeah,
they're very good at it in jail. A lot of Labo boys in there.
Oh really? So what
yeah,
they bring like the string with them?
No,
or
so
something, or?
you rip just like a thread off your t-shirt.
Oh yeah,
that. It's just that's exactly what they use in the barbershops too.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
All right. It hurts.
It hurts so much, man. You open your eyes and it's just tears full of them.
Yeah.
No
Not
good.
fun.
Not fun.
Can we get that aircon back on?
No, am I?
I
don't even feel like it.
Yeah.
Don't bring it up. I'll start sweating more. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Now, you mentioned jail there before. So we were talking about sort of the trouble you were getting in when you were younger and sort of progressively got, not worse and worse, but you just got in a steady amount of trouble. Ended up in you getting booted from home when you were 12.
I think it was about 5.
Josh, we had this joke with Mum. He actually got booted out when he was 19, but he told...
I don't think it was 19.
It was 19.
I think she's trying to sugarcoat it because she knows I was coming on the show and like, she want to look like a fucking neglectful mother. Shout out Susan Rudolf.
Shout out Susan Rudolf.
Yeah. Love you, Susie.
No, yeah. So
he joke about that comment before as well. I hope you take that as a joke.
You still thinking about it?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it a little bit. I love you.
You're fucking getting a mouthful.
I'm going to have to block her for a week.
Yeah.
Until she calms down.
Yeah.
Don't give my number.
So where was my train of thought just at then?
Susie
Booted out. So so Josh told everyone he was booted out at 16, 17. He was really 19. That was a joke. Anyway, booted out at 19. You ended up going...
So you were 10.
So he was 10, yeah. He was 5.
Yeah.
You went to... you went to our grandma's house, Oma?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, you went to his house first?
I moved to, I didn't want to say her name. My girlfriend at the time, one of my ex-girlfriends, I moved to her place for a time. But shout out to for taking me in and her mum.
So you ended up going there first, bouncing around forever.
And then me and her broke up, and she obviously got kicked out. But shout out to her mum because her mum's a saint for taking me in as well. Always like give me dinner and all that sort of stuff. Didn't have to. And then went to Orma's house, Orma, and was there for a couple of years, and then she'd had a gut full of me too. Yeah. And then we've got my own place finally.
Yeah.
How good is it? Like, it probably happened a bit with like partners, boyfriends or girlfriends of the daughter or whatever. Their boyfriend or girlfriend gets kicked out of home, and the mother of that person just holds it down and just come on in. Such good people out there, eh? Like, happened to me a lot. Like when I was younger, like just don't have to do it. Take time out of the day, effort, money, or whatever it is. Put dinner on the table for someone that's not their family member. Yeah. I think it's mad what happens.
She also used to let me borrow a car without knowledge.
She used to let you without even knowing.
That's so nice of her.
That's like next level selflessness.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Salt of the earth.
That one she was wondering where the petrol went. She just had no idea.
Yeah, one day I fully fucked the car too. I was hooning somewhere. I had no license, so young. I was about 10 years old. And I was like, she was hit his speed bump full force, and like the front of the car hit it, and then the back of the car hit it, and then the front of the car hit the road in front, and it was just like making this noise. The horn after was going like,
the next day,
did you hear any from it? Did you hear like did she ever like be like, what's going on? My car's broken?
Yeah, my ex just had to take the rap for it because she thought that she was driving it.
At 10 again, far out. You guys are doing some wild stuff.
Fucking hell.
Wild
stuff. Phone books and reach the steering wheel and stuff.
Anyway, now, so that brings us to, I think it was around the time we started to get on a bit, because we didn't get on for years and years, until I was about maybe, till I was older, 18, 19 probably. But I do remember when I was around, I think 13, 14, you and Mum started to sort of patch it up a little bit. And I remember like we got in the car and I was just like, I'm not talking to him. I'm not going to say a word to him. And I didn't say one word to you for like, we were hanging out for 2 hours, went to like lunch at Zebra and that. And
nerd.
I was such a nerd, eh? Like, grow up, seriously.
Yeah.
But anyway, brings us here. We're friends now, which is good.
Yeah, I think we really got close when I was in jail, and you used to come see me, like drive Mum out every second weekend. I'd call you up for favours and whatever else it was.
I used to go visit you, and I remember one time visiting you, and there was Muslim lady with like a full burqa, and she pulled out a bucket of KFC from under her burqa, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh mate, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, "Well, this is obviously sweet as."
Let us know how it goes.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I started sneaking in. What are they? Sausage muffins for you every time I come see you.
Yeah, sausage with muffins. The boys used to bring me Bondi burgers from Portos and shit like that.
Yeah,
I used
nice.
to get fucking the lot.
Taken
That's
care
a
of,
minimum,
eh?
but that's a minimum.
Yeah. Well, we traded shoes maximum once.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, the white Nikes.
The white Nikes.
Yeah.
You walked in going like,
Cunts were frothing when I walked back in the mate. Oh, bro, no way, lad. Yeah. I was talking to town for about 2 weeks.
How long were you in for?
18 months. 18 months all that, and 6 months parole when I got out.
What was it like?
To be honest, it was one of the best experiences of my life because I went in there as a young, angry man.
Yeah.
And,
Looking for trouble?
Looking for trouble and like my guard up against the whole world, like not sort of like letting anyone in, and immediately experienced the whole ego death thing. Whereas like there's all these like proper big like bad blokes, you know, like in there for whatever they're in there for. And I'm in there for just a fight. I thought I was a tough cunt and go in there with a shit attitude, and sometimes I walk out in the mornings, I'm in a bad mood, and like these blokes I'm talking about like look me up and down, oh, someone woke up with their Superman pants on. And it's just like straight away made me feel like fuck, a humble pie, like first thing in the morning. And then like it'd just be like laughs all day, joking around, footy, training. And I sort of took that attitude. That was like for the first 2 weeks I was in there. Ended up with one of my best mates now still. Took that attitude the whole way through, and I think with that attitude the whole way through, it kept keeping that like sort of larrikin like attitude. Sort of helped me. I didn't really get involved in any of the gang stuff or racial shit too much. But yeah, it was sweet.
yeah, okay.
Genuinely rehabilitated.
Yeah, definitely.
How old were you when you went in?
25?
25, yeah. Came out with a completely different outlook on life, you know.
It's actually pretty awesome, mate.
Mate, it was.
Yeah,
Well,
I definitely needed it,
yeah. Well, I remember you sort of said after you got out, you didn't drink for a fair amount of time, and you were like,
It was about a year.
About a year, because
Yeah.
you realised that was like one thing that sort of got you into trouble in the first place.
When you're in jail, you see these blokes going in and out the whole time, like you're in there. Like they go in there for like a couple months, get out, back in, like same thing. Like they're doing the exact same thing over and over again. It's just like that's the definition of what
Insanity.
Insanity.
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
And expecting different results. So I'm like, I'm fucking. When I get out, that's it. Like no drinking. Like, and if I do have a drink now, it's like a couple beers or something like.
Yeah,
that's it, you know?
You'd never getting poleaxed.
Yeah, no way. Like, and I still think like if I do get too drunk, I'll make stupid decisions like that. Like I did,
So many people like that, but it's like people just keep doing it anyway, passing out in gutters or like just being the worst drunks and then like not learning from it. It's like you said, definition of insanity. Like, oh, why is my life so shit?
Yeah.
It's like you know what's wrong, but you don't want to change it, and it's like it's mad when people do change that kind of stuff.
But
it's
you know what?
pretty
It's
awesome.
also like the pub culture here in Australia. Like everyone's just like expected
To get blind?
on a Friday after they finish work, meet up at the pub with all the boys, like sit there drinking till fucking whatever time in the morning, you know, even if they got shit to do the next day, like it is expected of people. Like it's like
It's
ridiculous.
only drug. Like, I'm lucky in my environment at training. Like we're really close, and the boys are sweet, know where I'm at. But like, it's the only drug. It's a drug, alcohol.
Yeah.
Only drug in the world where people question if you don't do it. It's like
Yeah.
you're not drinking.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
That's what's when you stop. It's like
How
that's
when
the
you
strangest
when they're like
thing.
cunts like start like, you know, come on, let's take one.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'll just walk away. Like I'm not. Like, when you're younger though, like it got you every time. Like, I'm not gonna drink. Everyone's like, oh, look at this guy. Like,
you fucking girl, dude.
hero. And I'm like, I'm not anyone having a piss. Like I love having a drink because like obviously I love it too. But yeah, when you stop, you really get those looks, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
sort of looking up and down or like giving it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's a massive shift. It's real different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, like that's what it was. Just sitting in jail, like the last few months of my sentence, I was thinking like, fuck, I hate going and sitting in a pub and getting on the piss and getting on the bags with the boys because it's just like it's torture. Like I just sit there and fucking hate it. Like I don't know why I do it. I know I'm not going to get out and like let anyone tell me what I like and what I don't like. So that's why I pretty much changed my life from there.
I remember, when you got out, your mates were like, "Oh, let's go have a beer down." I think it was Muppet actually. It was like, "Let's get down and have a beer at Chloe," and you're like, "No, I'm not drinking." He's like, nah, but just one beer. And you're like, nah, I'm not drinking. And that, honestly, conversation went on for 5 minutes. And I was just sitting there just going like,
It's
is
crazy.
this
It's
guy
crazy. I
retarded?
know. People don't understand.
Yeah. Can you tell the story about when you were in jail, you stole the custards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's still to this day one of my most favorite stories ever. So I think it was like the second or third week I was in there. I finally got moved into a cell with my best mate I was speaking about before. And he was a sweeper. So when you're in jail, you're a sweeper. You get to go around, like you clean the pod, make sure it's all nice, and check out the rubbish and hand out people's dinners and shit. So once a week, I think it was, we used to get desserts, and they were Paul's custards. And they were the fucking bomb.com. Everyone wanted their Paul's custard, and there were always an exact amount of numbers, like for everyone, every cell, like everyone got their Paul's custard. And so when you hand out the dinners, everyone's outside doing muster, waiting for muster, which is when you get counted into your cell, get straight in the cell, all the rest of it. So we've swept up the pod. We're going around handing the dinners, and I look over at my mate, and he's just fucking daxed a 6-pack of Paul's custards. And I'm going, what the fuck is going on here? And he's going, do it. I was like, this is my second, third week in jail. I don't want to step on anyone's toes, I'm like, fuck, all right, sweet. Daxed a 6-pack of custard, put all the dinners out. They're like 12 cells going to be short. Everyone gets counted in for muster.
Blow-ups?
Oh, mate, as soon as they lock the doors, you just hear blokes going, where the fuck's me custard, you cocksuckers? And we're just screaming out from across the pod, sorry, bro, they're fucking short again. And we're underneath the covers in our cell, just laughing, crying, smashing custard after custard all over our face. Like, it was one of the best moments I've ever had in jail. Still is one of the best moments I've ever had in my life. It's fucking funny, mate. Crying.
Is there anyone else that shouted out after the one guy? Was this the one?
Everyone was missing a custard, because if you miss the custard, mate, you're a fucking blowout. You look forward to it all week, bro.
Yeah. The one thing that getting you through the jail is just that Paul custard.
Oh yeah, fucking. I don't think they do the custards anymore either.
Well, everyone kept stealing them, I guess.
Yeah. Big dramas. Yeah, that's what it was.
Big power plays.
What was it like when you first got out? Was it hard to adjust back to life? You weren't in there that long, but
I wasn't in there that long, but I was it was a little bit hard to adjust, just because I got out with that attitude, where I was trying to be different, but I was walking into the same circle of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one else had changed. I really noticed when I got out that no one else had changed in like that 18 months. No, everyone's just like the exact same person they were before I went in.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I do remember actually when you first got out, you couldn't use an iPhone. It was like, because when you got in, there was a home button, and then when you got out, that was gone.
It's tricky, mate. Fucking hell.
Figure it out.
Yeah, mate. I've still got mates getting out of jail now, and they're just like, what the fuck are these things?
Yeah, I bet,
Yeah. It's hard.
What's next, eh? What's next?
I don't know. Well, AI's next. AI's here.
Yeah.
Like, before we know it, we don't even need like a producer for this podcast. We'll just get an AI guy to do
Thank
it.
God.
We can finally get rid of the Derek we're using now.
No fuck ups either.
No fuck ups.
No more.
Yeah.
And then we get some AI to actually be like funny people that can interview people.
Yeah. Actually, no questions, and like maybe actually like ask.
Good
like,
guess. AI guess.
Yeah, AI guess would be where it's at. Don't have to like go to the bottom of the barrel, get your brother in there because no one else wants to come on the podcast.
Yeah, you want me to like, and the AI won't be
I
like
was going to say, you
dripping.
cunts must be doing it tough getting me on here.
Mate, it's been good.
The AI won't be dripping in sweat, nervous, and like sitting there begging for an aircon.
You drives the bone now.
I'm dry as a bone, I know.
Aircon's straight on you.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually 18 degrees. Can I go any colder?
No,
I'm joking. 18's fine.
I was
No, I'm
cold
sweet.
before. I was cold before.
I feel fantastic.
Yeah, you do.
Sweet.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, another question I wanted to ask: the infamous poo story.
Oh, the famous.
The famous.
That's one of the great stories. I didn't know that last bit that you drove off.
What I wanted to ask, was that the plan the whole time?
Oh, of course. This was my first fucking prank.
That was why. That was
Prank the prankster.
Yeah,
Old school shit. Yeah. So beeping that horn and the satisfaction of driving off.
Yeah.
I was cackling like a fucking witch when I was driving off.
Yeah, I know.
I was losing it. I was fucking losing it. And you like sprinting after the car, the big galoop that you are. Oh, it's that fucking funny, mate.
How far did you drive?
From
I
mum's house
just,
to.
I just drove to the top of the street.
Okay.
I was thinking about driving off again. You know when you drive off?
I probably
trying to
drive
get into the car.
I'm very glad you didn't do that. I was already pretty like.
Oh, it was fucking funny. Yeah.
I still can't believe you left the wallet.
That was why.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The wallet for your pocket.
I'm like, because I'm doing like full Forrest Gump.
Who's pranking with their fucking wallet in their pocket anyway?
Well,
Something
It
new,
was my
babe.
first rodeo. Actually, funnily enough, I'd never actually done a shit in someone's doorstep before, so I was pretty new to the game.
I don't know if a guy that poos in an envelope has that bigger thought process around like what he's doing and where he's doing it. Like,
that's
trying
right.
to cover his tracks too much. That's a pretty sick individual with not much
Not much foresight. Yeah, no, I
guess,
agree.
yeah.
I actually want to bring up something.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a little known fact or it's widely known that Liam could have been a pro tennis star.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Let's dive into this. Yeah.
it's
Toby
it's
loves
true,
this.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
Yes.
And why the fuck did you pick footy, a mugs game?
Yes.
Right over pro tennis. You could have been
You can be the next
the next
Djokovic.
Djokovic.
Yeah.
or the next Federer because he's retired now. You know.
Toby loves this topic.
Yeah.
And he brings up all
I love
the
it
time.
too.
Yeah,
Like, I
well,
don't
it's
understand,
fair.
bro. Yeah.
Mate, I started playing tennis at like 12 and I finished at like 16. I was like, good for my age.
Yeah.
I won
You
a couple-
played for 4 years and you won tournaments.
You're good
Yeah.
for your age, but you're only going to get better if you're at 16.
Yeah, but like football was always my love. Like I always loved playing footy. And looking back, it's like, oh, I could have done this. Could have. You don't really know. Like everyone that
Should've,
played a
would've.
sport and like people build it up. You're like the media. You'll be a good media man.
Well, this
Like
is
you
a
hear
podcast.
about like people playing a sport. Oh, they could have made it. It's like, mate. The reality is like tennis. Honestly, is probably one of the hardest sports in the world to make. Not just physically and mentally, actually having the skill, but like financially, you got to travel the world. You got to try and make it in tournaments. You got to keep doing it. Like honestly, sitting here, I don't think I would have made it anyway. Like, and even if you're outside the top 250 in the world, which is hard to make as it is, you're not making much money. They're struggling because they're paying so much money to
travel.
get around the world, travel, tournament fees,
But isn't that what sponsors
accommodation.
are for?
Yeah, but if you're at the top 50, top 200, top 250, you're not getting that much money in sponsorships. So like to actually crack it, like you got to be top 0.1%, whatever it is. Like
Yeah,
it's
well,
crazy.
I don't know. What I'm hearing is you started playing at 12, you played for 4 years, you won tournaments along the way. I don't think Kyrgios is doing that. I think all these like tennis stars now have been babied from 5 with the tennis racket in their hand. You were naturally gifted. You threw it away.
Naturally aspirated, yeah.
And you could have, and you love money more than anyone I know. So you could have made so much.
Look who's talking, the biggest fish ass in the world.
Is that what you're talking about yourself? You're talking about yourself in third person? Confused. So weird. Anyway, you love money. You didn't want to do it. Any regret?
Nah, man.
No
I
regret?
love tennis. Like the only thing I would have loved to do would like go to play college and like college tennis in America, which was what I was going to do at one stage.
Yeah.
So that would have been hectic. But then like what? I would have
Frat
been
party.
no good. I would not go to any college. I would have just partied, and then my life would have been.
Yeah, but like, it would have been bad for 2 years and you come back play footy anyway.
Yeah, but
You
like,
fucked up.
Once you leave footy for three years,
Yeah.
what happens then? Everyone comes back, heaps good.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, like so, the road like untravelled, it's always pretty appetizing to try and like, I could
Yeah.
have done this, but like, it's never really been a thought for me. I love what I'm doing. I've always loved football. I was lucky enough to make it a career, and I'm still doing it. So
I just want everyone to know that Liam is good at everything.
That is actually a
Yeah,
fact.
Yeah.
yeah, I
is
got
a
it right.
fact.
That's fine.
Quick shout out to Bernard Tomic for giving up tennis and just letting his OnlyFans girlfriend just pay for everything. Fucking legend of a bloke. Yeah, love that for him, mate.
So that's the guy that's broken soul, man. He had
Mate, he's
everything
broken the
right.
mold. He's just like, fuck this. Why would I go out and like be the breadwinner?
Yeah.
My missus is making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
She
Getting
wants to
hammered.
support me. Fucking let's go.
When she just get hammered on screen.
Yeah.
That's grouse.
I mean, it's a pretty good trade-off. I mean, you don't have to work a day in your life, and then
He's already
this
made
is
the
what-
money, but you made millions.
Yeah, he made
Yeah,
heaps.
did.
Eh? He made
Yeah.
millions,
He
man.
didn't
mate.
really like tennis. I think he said in a couple of interviews, he's like, fuck this, Like,
Well, his
I
dad was like, I remember seeing him.
made it,
Yeah,
yeah.
his dad
Yeah,
seemed like a full
He was
psychopath.
Sick
Yeah.
puppy used to like abuse him and that
I
kind
think
of
a lot
stuff.
of those tennis parents / coaches aren't they?
Oh, bro, they're the sickest
experience that at all?
individuals. Yeah, they're like they're off their head. Some of them parents, and I'm not sure if it's like across most sports or whatever. But I remember some tennis parents, man, like they're like 13, 14-year-old kids getting abused when they lose. And
No way.
Crazy, bro.
Like they'd be cheating for the kid. Like, I remember playing this kid and I called the ball out and his parents started spraying me. I'm like, the ball's out by like, ages. He's like, mate, you're a fucking idiot. Like, stop cheating. I was like 13, got shut up. Like, shut up. On the other side of the net. Like kids are weird. Like it's a weird industry like coming up in that
Yeah.
world.
Well, can I just say, sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, right.
One of my first jobs was me being a union referee for Nappy
Yes,
Day,
it was.
Right? I didn't want everyone to know about that, but
That you're a ref.
I experienced that heaps. Like,
Yeah.
and this is nappy grade we're talking about. Like little kids like running around on my knees, and I'd be daydreaming and wouldn't call something like the penalty, whatever it was. And there's be parents going, "What the fuck are you looking at, ref, you dumb cunt?" And I'm just like,
You were
know,
13 at the time, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I
when
was
you were doing that.
young age, you know. And I
yeah.
was like getting absolutely sprayed by these mental parents. Like, take your fucking breath, mate. Like, what is wrong with you?
Some parents, you look at that kid and you just go, that kid's fucked.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
parents are psychos. Like,
Yeah.
13-year-old kids, like, I just have some fun, eh? Like,
Mate,
Mum used to just go to the footy and get pissed.
what?
Yeah.
Mum?
Yes.
She never drank.
She used to like every now and again, like, but by the time we were like, maybe I was 13,
Toby's
12,
doing the arm thing.
12, 13. Yeah, like all the parents just bring champers down to the game and they would just get on the champers.
Oh,
and
like
cruise.
later on. I thought you were talking about when you know. Okay,
No, we were all
okay.
young, yeah. no,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
Yeah.
Right, I didn't know that.
There you go.
Susie Rudolf. Good on you, love.
And Susie Rudolph put us both in the wrong code. She put you in Union first, though.
Yeah, because I played league first because it's through
Did ya?
South Coogee, yeah.
South Coogee League team.
South Coogee primary school.
Ah.
Yeah. And then I went into Union because the boys that I grew up with, we all
That-
played, they were playing Union, yeah.
Fun fact about South Coogee, that was our primary school Josh and I went to. You used to be able to get unlimited nuggets when you were a kid.
for how much?
I don't remember these stories. I don't
This
think it's ever
happened.
fucking happened.
This
He told me
happened.
about this the other day.
Yeah, this
yeah,
happened.
go on.
You used to be able to get unlimited nuggets, and they were like nuggets at primary school, at our primary school. No, they were the shit.
Cracker.
They were like the creme de la creme,
Probably
right?
real chicken back then, too.
Oh no, it was definitely rabbit or rat. Anyway, it tasted mad. So
Ibis.
Hypers, definitely. So Josh got like 40 or 50 of them, right? And like there were none left. Kind of like the whole cousin situation, really.
Yeah.
None for anyone
Selfish
else.
guy.
And then as a result of that, they capped it at like 10. And it was entirely because of him, because he just was too nugget hungry. Pretty much
What
just
can I say, man? I love those nugs. Fucking delicious.
delicious.
Never carry that guilt. Fuck everyone.
Oh, fuck them cunts.
Fuck everyone who wants custard and nuggets. Everyone else can get fucked.
yeah. No, that was good.
Yeah, they were. Now, you and I are roommates. You and I used to be roommates. I want to ask you both what you think of me as a roommate.
Oh, you know what? Fuck. You're pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Pretty good, but you're a messy cunt, bro. It fucking does my head in.
I reckon, I don't know, I reckon you've gone up since me, because he was bad. When we first lived together,
Yeah.
we used to blow up over the silliest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you used to rinse plates, and you know that little wand thing, like the little dishwasher?
Yeah, we have on those.
You used to
Yeah.
just not like look what you're doing, just like act like you're doing it, or just like you have a system in place. A couple of things here, a couple of things here, put in the rack. Like look at it, there's shit all over this plate.
Yeah.
Like you maybe washed 30% of it, but you do like that's your system. Bang bang in there, bang bang in there.
That place is where I lived, was it? Oh, no. It's before where I lived and there's no dishwasher.
Judge Street.
Okay, so what
Yeah.
about this? He'll make an omelette, rinse the dishes and just leave them in the sink. It's that easy a transition for you to just go,
No,
rinse,
stop.
dishwasher.
No.
Like, is that not the thing? Is that
No,
I
no,
do?
yeah, it is.
That's what gets done.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stop you because usually the dishwasher's full and I'm always the one that packs and unpacks it.
No, fucking not.
Yeah, I am. Every now and again, I'm just like, you know what? I can't do this. I need to go to training. I need to do this. I need to do that. And it's your fault. Anyway.
I love when I got a missus, bar, and he used to walk around naked all the time. Like, he never had clothes on home.
No, he's
I'm the same.
Favorite thing in the world, and then
Yeah.
like that was the one thing he hated the most. He's like, now I can't walk around naked. Like, fuck, what am I?
No. The thing was that you could walk around naked because it was your girlfriend, but I couldn't. That
Yeah.
was bullshit.
There's still some see that venom in that.
Right.
Yeah, fuck me
He
dead. Yeah, there's
held
still
on
some
to
venom
it.
in that.
I
Eh?
let
held
go
on-
of it, obviously.
He held on to it for years, bro.
Well-
and I used to do it too, walk around naked.
Yeah.
Sit on the couch, Toby's just sitting there in his shorts.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Stewing.
Just then, you used to fucking. All right, relax, mate.
Well, we used to
He's
get
a-
around naked all the time for like weekends at a time. We wouldn't put clothes on, and then all of a sudden you bring a girl into it. Now I can't do that
I ruined
anymore.
the whole dynamic, and you
You
weren't
did.
happy. You weren't happy.
I
Toby was
was
never.
unhappy that both of you couldn't be naked at the same time anymore.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Because, yeah, like we used to sit in each other's laps and all that kind of stuff.
Talk about the first thing that pops up.
That's a go.
That's the guy.
That's a go. Danielle wouldn't have, I mean, she wouldn't have cared.
What's a
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that house, man. That was
That was when I first met you.
yeah. That was where you guys first
One of the
met.
most insane nights. Like,
Yeah.
Crazy. It was your Mad Monday. Was it your Mad Monday?
He's
too?
Mad Monday week.
Your Mad
Yeah, but he
Monday.
come and George come and
You want some sort of medal or something? I don't know what it's for.
yeah, it was.
Haven't heard much about it. I don't
Haven't
know.
you?
No.
Well, you know, the real listeners of the podcast, they'll know what they're talking about.
What's it actually called? Because it's not Clive Churchill.
No. So the first Clive Churchill was a Duncan Hall medal.
So you're not calling it to Clive Churchill if it's the Duncan.
But if
Hall
I'm
medal.
referring to something like,
Yeah, no, but
you know
if
what
you're
I'm
going
talking
to tell
about.
the truth and be
Yeah.
honest man with integrity, which is very hard for you.
Yeah.
We need you to call it. What was it?
So
You're a Duncan Hall medalist.
Duncan Hall.
Yeah.
And the next Clive Churchill, when
Was
I
it?
was.
What do you mean the next one? You haven't had one yet. You
there's
haven't
one
won
Clive Churchill.
You haven't won one yet, so it's a Duncan Hall medalist, and
Yeah.
then the only
Then the next medal I won,
was
Yeah.
called.
it was just man of the match. It was,
Oh.
it was
So
man of the
all
match.
these years,
Yeah.
all these years, he walks around. I'm a dual Clive Churchill medal.
I am.
You're a Duncan Hall medalist.
Yeah.
And a man of the match winner.
Duncan man?
We need that. I want
Wait
that
up, so
painted.
you never won a Clive Churchill medal?
Nah.
Yeah.
Duncan Hall medalist.
Are you kidding me?
I won 2 man of the matches in the grand final. Man of the match in the grand final was Duncan Hall. Yes, it wasn't NRL level, but I was a paid professional athlete.
Mate,
And your
I
number
won
plate
man of
used
the
to be
match.
Clive as well.
Yeah.
That was our
he
Christmas present from me
used
and
to
Mum.
call
Yeah.
himself Clive.
Do you know, Mum got me Mum got me for my birthday a number plate for my scooter with Clive on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
CLIV
my
3 backwards.
God,
And
no,
now
actually, no, you
scissors
didn't,
on it.
you didn't call yourself
Yeah.
Clive. That wasn't you. That was someone else we know.
Calling me. Oh,
Shout out to Samuel Burgess.
yeah, he was. They were funny times.
They were great times.
They were funny
I want that-
times.
I want that fur coat back out. And
Oh, that was sickening. I actually just got all my medals back at home, so they're ready to go for when we
Duncan
have
Hall
a
medalist and a man of
next
the match.
session. Yeah.
That too.
Do we have some questions to answer? Should we have a look?
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, well, so we're taking a question here from Jared Matthews. Thank you very much, Jared, for writing
Shout
in.
out Jazza.
Jazza, thank you very
Nice
much. Did last week's chat with Turbo and Gerbo about Chip and Chase inspire Liam's shithouse kick against the Eels? What the fuck was that shit? Answer.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, legend.
It didn't come into the back of my mind.
Okay.
I was gonna pass to Cody. I saw someone shooting up on him, so I decided to. In my head, I was gonna put in the grouse kick. I was gonna get a repeat set.
Yeah.
And then it obviously hit my shin, and it was pretty disgusting. But we trapped him inside the 20, and we were ready to ramp up. So, thanks, Jazza.
Nice.
Fucking mad cat.
Very good.
I'm just touching back on that story where
The VCR.
Yeah, the VCR where Liam put in the wrong tape.
Yeah.
My favorite movie growing up was The Lion King. Yeah, I
Same.
watched it about a million times. Yeah.
Same here.
Still
We had
cry.
the VCR.
We did, yeah.
For kids that don't know, the listeners, VCRs are these big boxy things that you used to put in a VCR
Video
player.
cassette recorder.
Yes.
There'd be
yes.
kids that wouldn't know these
Oh,
things.
Yeah.
100%. They don't know what CDs are. That wasn't that long ago. So, you know what? Lazy Sunday Arvo, whatever it was, thought, fuck, perfect day for a Lion King session.
How old are we?
Opened it up. Hey, I would have been, we were living in back at Lexo at that point.
Shout out
So you were still there, so you were doing
Lexington,
like
shout
10.
out.
Yeah, I would have been like maybe 12 or 13.
Okay, yeah.
Whack it in. Thought the tape, the outside of the tape looked a bit different. Anyway, threw it in. And press play, kick back on the lounge, and on comes a blaring video, mum screaming, pushing you out of her gut.
Really?
I swear to God.
I was talking like
Yeah,
graphic.
and so-
Are you seeing it happen?
I didn't get to see the whole thing because mum was in the kitchen at the time, heard what was going on, and just
Right,
fucking
eh?
bust through like a fucking front rower. Like, what the fuck's going on in here? Almost smashed the VCR player. And I was just like, still now, I like sometimes when she's like in a certain light, I just go, whoa. Oh, bro, it's always stay with me. It's
Wow.
so fucked
wow.
up thing I've ever seen.
She starts like screaming at a certain angle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
shouts
yeah.
out mum for pushing me out her badussy, and shouts out for putting you out her badussy.
Susan Rudolf, we love you. Thank you very much for the badussying and we love you.
Love you, Susie.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, boys. Anything else? Anything else you want to cover?
I don't know.
Nah.
We're all good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm
It's
pretty
been a good session. All right. Okay, once again, Josh, thank you for coming on.
Thanks, brother.
As I said earlier, like, subscribe, comment, send us some more Would You Rathers. There were some doozies there. Next time I'll actually say your name. The people that I didn't say and you know whose question it is, write it in again, and next time I'll say your name. That made no sense. Anyway, thank you guys. Love ya.
Yeah.
Peace.
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 That was fun.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
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 This podcast was made by Afternoon Sport Group.